I'm doing sales training with bunch of high income financial services reps. They're all in the $400,000 range. And we're talking about rapport. What do you first do when you walk into a salesman's office? And I said, by the way, does anybody have a bad experience on rapport that they want to share? Which is one of the ways I would collect sales horror stories, by asking people during training, in today's module, today's topic, anybody have a bad moment? And this guy, Rick, leaps out of his seat and says, it's the worst experience of my sales career. And he says, it's worse than my divorce because my marriage is over with, but I think about the sales call every time I walk into a buyer's office. Okay, Rick, well, let's hear it. So here's Rick's story. He says, I'm calling for 6 months on a buyer I wanted to sell very, very badly. And I'm getting stonewalled by the gatekeeper. But my persistence pays off. I do some mailings, send some emails, some other things. And finally, I'm invited to meet the president of this firm. And it was exciting for me because I'm led down the hall to this guy's office by the gatekeeper that I thought hated me, all this time. And she's walking me to this buyer's office, and the door swings open, and it is opulent, a very expensively decorated office. And I'm intimidated. But I know just what to do. I'll do what they teach us early on in selling. I will look for a fish on the wall or a golf trophy, something to make a little small talk to break the ice. And there it is on his desk, a picture. I look at it and go, oh my God, that's awesome. How'd you get a photo of yourself with your arm around John Madden, the football great and announcer? John Madden, how'd you get a picture of yourself with your arm around him? The buyer's face turns black as he stands up and glares at me and says, that's not John Madden. That's my wife. Wow. So Rick is stunned, and in the classroom, everybody starts laughing as he finishes sharing the story. And I said, Rick, what happened? Give us your postmortem. What did you do? And he goes, I didn't know what to do. I just went into my pitch. I talked for like 15 minutes about what we did. The guy's just staring at me, deadpan, the whole time. And I say, so if you ever think, and the guy's going, nope, I don't think anything. I think it's time for you to leave. And I just walked out of there, blew a really good opportunity with a really wealthy potential prospect. And I don't know, what did I do wrong? And here's my postmortem to him and the rest of the class, and for you today too. You cannot act like every other salesperson out there. So if you think sales pros are looking for the fish on the wall of the golf trophy, you need to find a new approach. You need to get down to business. And if they want to go off on a sidetrack, hey, what do you think of that football team? Hey, what do you think of the weather today? You can go down that path with them, but you cannot open your sales conferences, your sales dialogues like every other salesperson out there. So I recommend that you just do your homework on LinkedIn, find some questions to ask the person, they're personal at the very beginning, and if he wants to get down to business, you go to work with them. But Rick's story, man, we have a picture here of John Madden, you'll see. It's a bad one. So don't act like everybody else that's out there selling.